In my last video, I did great. I got so many views in so little time that I figured it was time to level up. Get up! It's time to level up!
What the fuck is
Big Daddy B
talking about?
Fire! Anything can be better with fire. I know what you're thinking. I could just use some gas, but that shit's expensive. My bad. That shit's fire. I'm gonna need something to burn. Something readily available, damn it, flammable. A quick, reasonable solution that will definitely not be a distraction to what I'm trying. Hello. Yeah. Obviously, hydrogen is the key to success here, so I'll just whip up something real quick with the proper tools. Which requires me finishing up this year-old side project. Gonna need me some manifolds, a few hose, powdered profit-enhancing nose beers,
Salt.
a few of them non-ribbed no pleasures, and that wet. You know, the standard items. Now my plan here is to take the hydrogen, beat it into the rubbers, stuff all that junk into this trunk, make sure it's
good and well.
on the inside, and boom, phone's charged. All right, so here I have a test bread pan with 2.5 bags of hydrogen in it for my fire. We're gonna see how well that works. Now, I'm not a dumb man. Obviously, I'm gonna test without the TPU TEP generator that I made that sucks. But let's just see how this reacts. Well, that was lame. So pure hydrogen was boring. Clearly that's not enough fire to charge my phone. I mean, if that's our goal here. That's our goal, right? Tell me, cameraman, is that my goal?
That's our goal.
You don't sound like a man.
That's your goal.
All right, so I decided to do a fourth test, and this time I'm going to use a lot bigger bag of hydrogen. Last time I used 3 independent bags, and this time I'm using 1 large bag because the last 3 bags wouldn't light all at the same time. So maybe we'll get some chaos out of this one. If I don't pop the bag first. Okay, now time to mount the mic to the fire stick. And just remember, Amazon, you could have done it better. Ouch. All right. Now, chaos. All right, it lifted at that time. I don't know if I set the bag on fire or if it set itself on fire, but destruction. Very nice. You ever put a whole lot of effort into an idea that you think is really intelligent or better than everyone else? That's normal, right? And realize that it was a big waste of time, overcomplicated, it done better with a lot less? I have, just now, definitely the first time ever. This here apparatus was designed in the manner it's designed. Was designed in the way that I designed it to maximize surface area of the negative and positive electrodes, as well as being able to capture the gas. Now, as I've learned, it just draws more amperage. You see, I connected it with these tiny little wires here. And these tiny little wires are aircraft safety wire, stainless wire, definitely the best conductor you could get. And I twisted them around the wisps in order to connect every other positive and every negative together separately. And then I provided these tiny little jumper wires to power it. And when I put 24 volts to it, they burned apart. And you know, that was a problem. If I had created a lot of hydrogen at the time, I'd have probably burned the building down. So then I had to run it at 12 and give it multiple connections to keep the wires from getting hot. It took me forever to pump up those bags y'all saw. Honestly, it was a waste of time. It's very disappointing. I mean, I laughed at the time because, you know, booms are fun, but I don't want to just take it apart because it sucks. But it sucks. Barely lifted the test bread pan. It itself is probably a little more than half of this, so it just, you know, boring to charge my phone because that's all I'm trying to do. And so I'm like, all right, how do I get better? I got an idea. Now, you know, I'm gonna lie to y'all a bit. I'm gonna make it look pretty. I think his name's Blackhawk and Light, Blackhawk and Night, Blackhawk and Night. That his name's Blackhawk and Night. He did a thing where he made some hydrolysis generators much like this. Definitely not a whole bunch of different positive negative electrodes, but he's the one to give me the idea with the bottle shrouds to catch the separate gas, because you know your gas out of the positive side's oxygen, and your gas out of the negative side, that's hydrogen. And I wanted just the hydrogen, and I got reasons for that, but like I specifically want the hydrogen. Everybody tests the HHO generators, they don't know jack shit about how a car engine works, and they run all their motors lean as fuck, wonder the gas mileage is worse. But so that's maybe a later video. It's more or less something I want to know. But you know, maybe like and comment if you think you want to know, and you know, I'll care. But anyway, so I'm going to this thing. Now this right here is going to have, this is the negative electrode. Like, actually doesn't fucking matter. This is going to be one electrode, the cup, and then this wisp that I have in there that's been all up. And I would show you how cool that looked, but I just didn't feel like fucking recording it. But I had to make it still so it didn't arc on the cup. Now, a lot of hot glue later and a little plug to fill it up with water, because that was probably going to be a problem. I'm going to make HHO, which would be hydrogen and oxygen, which means that it likes to go boom a lot more. Now, this one could probably hurt me, and it's made of a lot less, and it literally took me like 30 minutes in comparison to this raggedy bastard that wasted a good portion of my life. So I'm going to do what I can, and I'm going to see how much better HHO works. Then I might just fake it and make it even better so I can close this fucking video and do something else. Let's carry on. Okay, I got my setup here. The bag of HHO with my bang stick. It's just a long metal tube hooked to an HEI coil off of a Chevrolet, an Arduino, tiny MOSFET, potentiometer. Right now it's disarmed. As soon as I flip the switch on the jump box, it'll start sparking, and that should go boom. Oh, well, that was okay. And okay, it barely was. I'm done here. You may have noticed that wasn't the TEP generator. That's because I changed my mind. I have other intentions for that failure of a generator. And let's be honest, that boom was whack. So who really gives a shit, right? Thanks for watching. Click all the buttons. Talk some shit in the comments. And fuck them.